Alright guys, got a long weekend. It's Bosnia International Day. It's a Bosnian holiday. Someone will let me know what it is in the comments. I should know it. I'm just forgetting it right now. We're driving to Belgrade. We've not been to Belgrade, so off we go to the old capital of Yugoslavia. Heading over to Serbia today. Wish me luck.
Roasted veal and I don't know. He orders that.
I think it's like a stuffed pepper. You got what?
Clear soup of the day.
Clear soup of the day. Nice. And I got like potatoes and pork. Yay, pork. Oh my gosh. It's like smoked pork. It's so good. So tasty. Alright guys, behind me is the temple of Saintsalva, which I think is one of the largest modern built Eastern Orthodox churches in the world. It's pretty big. Let's go take a look. It's a tortilla making machine. I must own this. Alright, we're in the Republic Square in Belgrade. And no European city tour would be complete without a square that has like a statue of a general that probably killed a bunch of people a few hundred years ago. So yeah, it's got a bronze statue. Yeah, you want to say hi, little G? There he is. He needed some camera time. Okay. Mrs. G found custom knit Crusader helmet hats with mouth guards, and they're awesome. I want one. I will say this is definitely a first. I've not seen animatronic dinosaurs inside of a fortress before, so that's a first. Alright, what does every single European city have? You've done 2 out of the 3 in this one. We've done church, we've done square, and what's the trifecta of every old European city? We gotta add one more thing to the trifecta. Fortress. We're gonna do fort time, guys. My personal favorite of the 3. Forts for the win. Alright, all of you World of Tanks and War Thunder fans. Is this an American one? What is it? This one I recognize as a little Panzer II. Yep, I was right. This is a Stuart. You can tell because it's a terrible American-made tank. Now, if I'm right, this is going to be a German little tiny Panzer II, and it had like an autocannon on the top. Yes! Panzerkampfwagen II. A wagon of machine-gunny death. This one looks like a little Russian one. Sadly, it has no tracks. What do we got here? Caro Armato. No idea what that is. This looks like another German one. Let's take a peek. Yep. Panzerwagen, but this one, oh, is it a tank destroyer? What is that one? Someone let me know in the comments because I know one of y'all are going to know. And what do we got here? this one? USA light tank. It's another Stewart M5A1. Cool. G Manning secondary machine gun in full battle gear. Nice. Younger G has found a boat-mounted torpedo launcher. They would put these on like some destroyers and cruisers. And what it is it's got a rotational turret, obviously. This one looks like it holds up to 3 torpedoes. So what you could do is you could aim it and then launch torpedoes at enemy ships. G, incoming enemy patrol boat. Take it down. Nice. So we've got German tank destroyer. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's a Panzer II. And that looks like a Russian T-43. So we're going to double check and see if I'm right. Now, tank destroyer, younger G, notice the turret doesn't move. But they were for being sneaky. You'd hide them in the bushes, and they were for taking out other tanks. But they could only move the barrel of the gun like a few degrees left or right, but they were very big guns, so they were designed for taking out tanks. Now this thing is the German Panzer II. You'll notice on it the armor is all really jagged, so it was really good. Most of the American Sherman tank rounds would just bounce off the side of this thing. No, I was wrong. It's a Panzer IV. I get my Panzer names mixed up. But yeah, this was a really good tank, and it whooped all of the American tanks because the armor was just way better. Now this is a gigantic Russian tank. Which kind is it? Tank A, Yugoslav medium. Definitely looks like a Russian something. Maybe it looks a little big for a T-43. Somebody correct me in the comments. All right, this one's got no label, but this looks a lot more like a T-43 Russian tank. So someone correct me. I'm probably in the name wrong. I've got no internet and I can't Google any of this stuff. So you guys just correct all my mistakes in the comments. And I got my numbers mixed around. I've been saying T-43. I meant T-34. There it is. Well, I was half right. There we go. T-34, guys. This is one of the last Turkish Ottoman buildings left in Belgrade. Yes, younger G. I was the guy that would guard the grave of the old Turkish governor of Belgrade. I don't know who that kid is, but he is super short. This is younger G taking pictures of Mrs. G because I'm not trusted to take photos. How did he do? Let's find out. It's like the throne from Game of Thrones if it was set during World War II. Alright, we're on the walking street, Skandaria. I'm saying it wrong. It's got the old cobblestones. Apparently you're supposed to find somewhere to eat here, so we're looking for adult beverages. It's really windy. It's really cold. So yeah, we're gonna warm up. Magic, baby G?
Where'd the plate go?
The plate has disappeared. It's reappeared. Amazing. It's gone again? Where did it go?
Great disappearing act of the mysterious plate.
Who needs to eat in a restaurant that has dinner theater when you have magic theater? After an entire day of hanging out with me, Mrs. G sometimes requires to get the house red wine in liter form.
Half liter, but I might get the other half soon.
Alright, I'm at the Museum of Contemporary Art, and it greets you with machine gun fire. G, what do you think so far of the art museum?
I've just seen coffee and that.
You've just seen coffee and that?
So
What do you hear from upstairs?
crazy loud noises.
You excited? You look excited. Okay, so I've actually heard of this art piece. Basically, the artist just sits across from random people and records their expression as they stare at her. These are all people just staring somebody else in the eye, and that would be my worst nightmare. Having to just stare at a stranger endlessly. And this has got to be the artist. Her name's Marina. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on this one. Someone who's an expert in Serbian art, let me know in the comments. Oh, this is fun. Definitely should be taking my 3-year-old to see this. Alright, so this was the exhibit of Marina Abramovic, and she's been doing performance art since the 1960s. And it was too spooky for the little G's and for Big G. It's definitely moving. I was seriously uncomfortable for a lot of the exhibits, so she accomplished that in droves. But she's still doing this stuff, which is pretty amazing. And it's a pretty intense display, so if you really want to see some artwork that might terrify you, definitely recommend Contemporary Art Museum in Belgrade. You're spooking me out. You're spooking. All right, after a ride with the world's friendliest cab driver, we're going to check out the Yugoslav National Museum. So let's go take a peek. Learn a little bit about Yugoslavia. Maybe a little bit more about Tito, who was the ruler of Yugoslavia. From its birth to its pretty much its end, nearly. Been reading about him. So off we go, let's do it. Tito statue. Alright, so if you know anything about the Balkans, it's that it's very confusing. All the provinces, regions, and sovereign states. So you've got all the regions. What do we got? Like Sarajevo, Banovina, we've got Banja Luka, which is the capital of Republic of Srpska, which is the semi-autonomous province. It wants to be part of Serbia, but it's not. It's a story for another day. Here is during the Second World War. So this was all annexed by Germany. And here we have after World War II, up through 91. All of this being part of Yugoslavia, and the capital being Belgrade, which is where we are right now. To the breakup, which is current situation. So Republic of Srpska that I was talking about, it's actually right here. It's still part of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It just wants to be Serbian, which is really confusing, and Kosovo is also confusing, and that's a story for another day. So I'm pretty sure these were all gifts that were sent to Tito during his period as the leader of Yugoslavia. Let's hope my 3-year-old doesn't touch that. Nice silver set. Don't touch it, baby G. So Tito was kind of a big communist when he started out, so obviously he's got some gifts here. We got a statue of Karl Marx here and Lenin, which makes sense for Tito. It's like the painting that they based the statue of. Makes sense. So lots of political propaganda in here, most of it from World War II, but this is from the 90s. Someone correct me, SDA is definitely a Bosnian political party, so. Muslim Monska, I'm thinking this guy was the first president of Bosnia right at the start of the war. I could be wrong. This is G, are you having a pumpkin flavored latte? What are you drinking?
It's kind of a hollow pumpkin. It's really good. Notes of cinnamon and clove.
It's tasty, you'd recommend it?
I would recommend it.
Cheers.
Cheers.